Welcome everyone to Hidden Memorial, Signal Hill Campus. I'm Jordan Wright, Director of Operations, Conference and Event Services at Signal Hill Campus, and will be co-hosting today's event with my fellow Memorial alum, Amy Henderson of Business and Arts, Newfoundland and Labrador. Before we get started, a reminder that this event is taking place following provincial public health protocols and mandates. Amy will now deliver a land acknowledgement.
We respectfully acknowledge the territory in which we gather as the ancestral homelands of the Beothuk, and the island of Adamaguk, Newfoundland, as the ancestral homelands of the Mi'kmaq and Beothuk. We would also like to recognize the Inuit of Nunatsiavut and Nunatukavut, and the Innu of Nitassinan and their ancestors as the original people of Labrador. We strive for respectful relationships with all peoples of this province as we search for collective healing and true reconciliation and honor this beautiful land together.
We're really happy to have the Signal Hill campus featured as part of the Hidden Memorial series, especially since today is the official 3rd anniversary of the campus opening. So happy birthday to us. Since 2018, we've hosted over 1,000 events here at the Emera Innovation Exchange at Signal Hill campus, including internal memorial events like the Alumni Tribute Awards and external public events such as the Atlantic Circus Digital Arts Symposium. And just to be clear, we are also thrilled that the Signal Hill campus also now includes the Johnson Geo Center. But unfortunately, we won't be taking you up there today due to time restraints. However, in the future, it can certainly be featured in another installment of Hidden Memorial. Today's event is going to be a combination of a walk down memory lane and a tour of our current facilities. You're going to meet our building partners and hear why they love the Signal Hill campus as much as we do. Right, Amy?
Absolutely. And as the Executive Director of Business and Arts Newfoundland and Labrador, I can confidently say that we love having our headquarters here. We are all about brokering and exchanging ideas, perspectives, and energy between those who are traditionally focused on growth and innovation and those who are traditionally focused on being creative. We've partnered on initiatives with our fellow tenants here, the Gardner Center and Genesis, and we look forward to seeing more integration between creativity and innovation in the future. In a way, creativity and innovation was the catalyst that turned an empty spot halfway up Signal Hill into a landmark building in the first place. And 50 years later, creativity and innovation transformed that landmark into the Signal Hill campus, a true showcase for Memorial University and for Newfoundland and Labrador. Jordan, did you know a certain former politician is essentially responsible for the building we are sitting in right now?
I actually did know that, as a matter of fact, Amy. The story goes that once upon a time when the former Lieutenant Governor, the Honourable Edward Roberts, was a Memorial University undergrad student, he pointed out to his father, prominent St. John's doctor Harry Roberts, that this particular location, halfway up Signal Hill, would make a perfect spot for a hotel.
Fast forward a few years, and in 1964, the Battery Motel, owned by Dr. Harry Roberts, opened and began operating with 63 rooms, running $8 to $12 per night. Many people watching will remember the Battery Hotel best as the Battery Hotel and Suites, which was after 1982 when it had a major renovation, doubling the number of guest rooms and adding the first indoor Olympic-sized pool east of Montreal.
Yes, and that's when it became a convention and conference center. It had to compete with the new Hotel Newfoundland, which was opened by CN Hotels in the early 1980s. After a few rough years, it was purchased by another doctor, this time Halifax-based ophthalmologist Dr. Bruce Priddy, who was originally from Corner Brook. Along with his partners, he did major renovations and upgrades, and it was during this time that the swimming pool became available to the public. We think that's when the hotel started to bill itself as the inn with a view.
In 1996, there was a movement to move the large anchor situated outside the hotel to the then new Harborside Park, but the anchor disintegrated when they tried to move it. I consider it a great loss that, not originally being from Newfoundland and perhaps being a bit young, I missed out on the amazing buffets that used to be put on in this very room. In 2002, the Christmas buffet was $16.95.
Well, Amy, I actually did get to attend some of those buffets, and you certainly did miss out. They were wonderful. But did you know that whose current office is situated in the honeymoon suite?
I think that honor goes to Dr. Rob Greenwood, Associate Vice President, Public Engagement and External Relations. As a musician, I love being able to relate the story that Great Big Sea's second album, Play, was recorded in an abandoned wing of the hotel in 1997, apparently where the offices of Genesis are now. And speaking of strange celebrity connections, in 2006, the Battery Hotel was sold to an entrepreneur and former political science professor who also happened to be the owner of the real Hotel California. He wanted to demolish and rebuild the hotel, but opposition from local residents prevented this from happening.
Well, Amy, since Memorial first purchased the hotel in 2013, we have been vigilant about including community members in our decision-making. We asked Diana Daly, who lives just below us on Cabot Avenue, and is also the festival coordinator for the St. John's Circus Fest, for her thoughts on what sort of neighbor we've been to date.
My name is Diana Daly. I'm the managing producer for the St. John's International Circus Fest with Wonderbolt Productions, and I've been living on Signal Hill since 2015, when I lived at the bottom of the hill at my friend Flora's house, and then I moved up the hill and bought my own house in 2017. The Signal Hill campus has had a really positive effect on the surrounding neighborhood because it invites and attracts intellectuals and thoughtful people to come and partake in whatever activities are going on in there. And it might sound aloof, but it's actually open to a variety of people. So someone like me who's not an academic, I use the facility with our work with the circus. We've been invited in, we've partnered with the Signal Hill campus to do our activities, some of our activities there. So it really values local knowledge, it values Newfoundlanders, and it also values folks from away from here. And I love seeing the students going up and down the hill. It's breathed a breath of life into our neighborhood. In the future, I see lots of opportunities for the community and the campus to work together. But the community needs to know that you have to reach out to the campus and ask for these opportunities. So for example, with the St. John's International Circus Fest and Wonderbolt Productions, we went and talked to the folks from the Emera Innovation Exchange. We didn't know what the possibilities were. We just knew that there was this wonderful facility that values local knowledge, and we thought, okay, let's see what possibilities there are. Now last year we did our entire digital festival from the Emera Innovation Exchange. We also host a symposium for the Atlantic Circus Network, which didn't exist before we met with the Emera Innovation Exchange. So now we're actually connecting with people internationally, digitally, but in a really cohesive way where it feels very human. And so for me, I just think the more people in the community know that there are opportunities for you, it's not an intimidating place, it's actually there for us, and it's there to value our knowledge, I think go for it.
Thanks, Diana. We've actually got more than 11,000 square feet of flexible event space with state-of-the-art technology offering video, audio conferencing, live streaming like we're doing here today, and so much more. The Emera Innovation Exchange is comprised of the main conference hall we are currently broadcasting from, 8 seminar rooms, a dining room, 3 atria, which include the main Johnson Insurance atrium and the Yaffle Connect space, all of the building units, and a state-of-the-art kitchen for the in-house caterers, Red Oak.
It really is an amazing facility. And the Signal Hill campus is also a home away from home for graduate students and a great fit for organizations like Business and Arts NL. Now it's time for a quick tour of the campus and a chance to meet the people who make this place tick. And no one better to lead the tour than Paula Eddy Shea, the event liaison for the Signal Hill campus. Take it away, Paula.
I'm really happy to have the opportunity to show you around Signal Hill campus, especially the Emera Innovation Exchange, which we call EIX. So if you follow me this way, I'll take you out to the atrium. And this is actually using the original entrance that the Battery Hotel had years ago. So if you pull into the parking area, it is exactly the same door that you would have used, but many things have changed on the inside. This is now the Johnson Insurance atrium. And there's a lot of great features that have been built into this, especially the staircase that is not only a way to get up and down stairs, but it's also a great venue to have lectures, performances, and different things like that, because half of our stairway is actually seating. So our first stop today is going to be at the Harris Center, where you're going to meet the fine folks in there, and they can tell you a little bit about the work that they do through here and throughout our province. So let's go right this way.
Hi, I'm Kathy Newhook. Manager of Communications and Engagement at the Harris Center. Welcome to the Harris Center. We're going to pop down to the boardroom.
Well, the Signal Hill campus is a perfect home for the Harris Center, and because really it reflects the same core values and almost the same purpose. The Harris Center for a long time has been about that building connections. It's been about public engagement, and it's really been that open door of Memorial. And Signal Hill campus is the physical representation of that idea. It's an easy to access location. It's a window to the university, and it's a place where people can really come together and think about key issues and collaborate on things and build a stronger community. We're really excited about this fall because we're going to be able to get back out into the communities and start those regional workshops again and see people and bring them together. We're also really excited about the second half of the Forecast NL project, and that's a project all about climate change and the impacts of climate change on the economy and the society of Newfoundland and Labrador. So we'll get to bring experts out to 45 citizen forum members and discuss with them what the important issues are for this province when it comes to climate change. So the Harris Center is kind of that easy to access open door that can allow people to ask the questions, and we connect them with the experts that we have. And if we don't have those experts, we look towards the community as well. So we broker projects both between the community and the university, but also between the communities themselves. And really it's about bringing people together. We use an online tool for that brokering as well called YAFL. And YAFL is a really neat tool because it allows researchers to promote their research, to explain what projects they're doing, what research interests they have, but it's also a place for community members and other people in the public to post their own interests and research and expertise, and a place for those people to come together on particular projects and opportunities. And as a regular general person in the general public, you can even post an idea or a research opportunity that we can then broker with researchers within Memorial.
Well, now we'll take you from the Harris Center down to the Office of Public Engagement. And this location is really the outward-facing arm of the facility and public policy. So we'll jump on the elevator here and we'll just go down so that these folks can actually tell you a little bit about what they do.
Welcome to the Office of Public Engagement. My name is Rebecca Cahoe. I'm the Manager of Engagement and Communications. Come on, take a look.
So the public engagement portfolio is led by the Office of Public Engagement and includes a number of other units at Memorial that have close links to the public. These groups include the Harris Center, Alumni Engagement, the Botanical Garden, the Johnson Geo Center, Conferences and Event Services, and Signal Hill Campus, and also Newfoundland Quarterly, who actually share an office space here with us on the campus. So the Office of Public Engagement has a number of different roles, but first and foremost, we're all about supporting and making it easier for folks at the university, whether it be staff, faculty, students, connect and make things happen with folks outside the university. So the public engagement framework is really the document that kind of guides everything that we do. And so part of our role is really just making sure that that public engagement work is being supported and celebrated at Memorial University. So how do we do that? Well, a lot of different ways. One way is that we support projects, publicly engaged projects, through our funding programs. We have a number of different funding programs, and every time that we're giving out funding, it's including both people from Memorial, but always a public partner. So we know that that work is relevant, and it's work that's really making things happen in our community, in our regions, and in our province. Another way that we support public engagement on campus and in the province is by providing education and training opportunities. We've got so many folks both at Memorial and outside of the university who are interested in this stuff and who want to do more. So part of our job is to help make sure that people have ideas and keep in the loop on what's happening in terms of public engagement, both here in the province and also out into the greater world. Well, this is a big time for the Office of Public Engagement because we're coming to the end of our initial public engagement framework, which was the document that kind of kick-started our reason for existing. And so we're nearing the end of that first phase. And we're actually currently taking a look at the last 10 years or so to understand what worked, what didn't work, and what we need to change and adapt as we move forward. So we're undertaking that work right now. And our next stage will be to actually undertake another framework. So we're going to be going back to the community, back to our public partners, back to our stakeholders, and creating sort of a path forward for public engagement based on what we've learned over the last 10, 12 years.
My name is Joan Sullivan, and I'm editor of the Newfoundland Quarterly, a cultural journal of Newfoundland and Labrador, which started in 1901 and is now celebrating its 120th birthday. The Office of Public Engagement has been our publisher for about the past 10 years.
Now that you've met the folks at the Office of Public Engagement and the Newfoundland Quarterly, let's head downstairs to the Genesis Center. The Genesis Center is an incubator for new ideas and new businesses. The technology and business acumen that comes out of Genesis is beneficial to the entire province. But I'm going to let the folks there give you a good idea of what they do.
Hello, my name is Michelle Sims. I'm the president and CEO of Genesis, and I'll be your tour guide. Welcome.
Yes, Genesis is Memorial University's innovation hub for high-growth technology companies. We provide incubation and acceleration services to those companies, and we exist to help build amazing companies. The Signal Hill campus is the innovation ecosystem, the innovative supports that are offered here, the collaboration and connection to community provides the perfect space for our high-growth technology startups to build and grow and expand out into the community. The future of Genesis is an exciting one. We're working with some of the most exciting and advanced entrepreneurs in the province, and they have big plans, and so do we. So stay tuned. We're working with some incredible partners, and we're very excited to tell you more. People can find out more about Genesis by visiting our website at genesiscenter.ca or checking out our many social media feeds on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram.
Now that you have a better idea of what Genesis does, let's take the elevator back up to Gardner Center, an area that many of us are familiar with. So we're back on the main floor of Emera Innovation Exchange. And we'll take you now to the Gardner Center. But before we do, I just wanted to pause here and let you have a little look at the neighborhood that we're surrounded by. This is the Battery neighborhood, and we have such great neighbors, and they're so welcoming. As we walk through this beautiful walkway, there are many entrances to our building. And we're heading towards the main level of EIX, the lower atrium. Based in the lower atrium is the training rooms for the Gardner Center. Many folks have come here for professional development over the years, and I'll let you go inside and have a little chat.
Hello and welcome to Gardner Center. I'm Valerie Howe, Director. I'm going to take you into our classroom and we'll show you a little bit about how we operate. Gardner Center is part of the Faculty of Business Administration. We are a professional development and public engagement arm, and we focus on teaching and learning and offering events to our clients. We've been serving the community for the past 40 years and are so proud to have over 25,000 individuals who have come to us for their professional development training. We currently offer 14 programs and over 70 courses when we deliver those to teams and to individuals. Our training is designed to be practical and experiential, so we can have our learners come to our site, take away best practices and skills, and apply them directly back in the workplace. Gardner Center is very proud to be co-located with other public engagement arms here at Signal Hill campus. The campus objectives and Gardner Center objectives align directly. It's focused on outreach and collaboration. And if you look around, you'll see we have a very unique location to host our clients. The intentional co-location also opened up opportunities for units to collaborate and partner, and it's also enhanced the visibility of Gardner Center in the communities that we serve today. Yeah, the Gardner Center's future is bright and ever evolving. We are constantly looking at the environment, the economy, the workforce needs, and adapting and developing new programs and services to meet those needs. In fact, this fall you'll see us launch a few new programs, so keep an eye out for that. We also understand the power and importance of partnerships and collaborations. That can be with professional organizations, Indigenous organizations, academic units, other universities, and the private sector. We're always looking for ways to share ideas and support their teaching and learning. If you want to learn more about Gardner Center, please visit our website. It's on the Memorial University website as well. And you can also visit our social media. The other thing I suggest to you is to get in touch with us. Reach out to any one of our team members. We'd be happy to talk to you about what we do.
So we're back in the atrium again that we were able to see from up above, but this is a closer look at the seating area. We've had, as I said, lectures, we've had panel discussions here, we've had performances, and it's a great spot to come if you wanted to have a little bit of a different feel to your event. The Johnson Insurance Atrium is also named partially because of Paul Johnson and all the great work he did in the community, and they just want to remember it throughout the community. Off this space, we have 8 different seminar rooms, and they're quite often used by community groups, not-for-profits, university groups, anybody that's looking for a space to gather, anywhere from 3 people right up to 20 people. I'm going to take you in now and introduce you to Steve Wolynitz with MUNPA, and Steve can tell you a little bit about the work that MUNPA is doing through Memorial Pensioners Association.
I'm Steve Wolynitz. In a past life was an outspoken professor of political science as opposed to an outspoken pensioner. I am now the past president of MUNPA, which is the Memorial University of Newfoundland. I guess we're going to have to put in Labrador Pensioners Association. And we represent everyone who retires and takes a pension from Memorial University. That's about 2,500 people at the moment and going up. Of those, we have 200 or 300 active members, mostly in and around St. John's or in the kind of corridor between Corner Brook and Deer Lake. There's another node who have more fun, go cross-country skiing and snowshoeing in normal winters. And we've got members scattered across the continent and around the world with varying degrees of activity and connectedness. We maintain a lookout on pensions and benefits and on the theory that people who are active age better, which is generally most people's aspiration. We organize a number of activities. Must have been about 5 years ago, we were invited by the president and the engagement outfit under Rob Greenwood to move from Mount Scio Research Facility to the Signal Hill campus, and the idea was we would be an active component and the place would be a buzz. We took up that offer with some trepidation. We didn't know how good the fit would be. What we've gotten is much better meeting rooms, wired space, and we found it's enabled us to continue an expanding array of programming. I think we're one of the more active retiree associations across Canada, with some lessons for people up on the mainland. We can get things done here, and among other things, with help from John Duff and others, and then on our own, we've been able to reach out and beam our programming across the country. It's something we looked at a few years ago and thought that was a stretch too far and too stiff and awkward, and we've used it, sometimes with John's intervention, but after a while without, for focus groups, for a certain amount of presentations during the pandemic, and for our own board meetings, connecting up 2 members in Corner Brook. We try to be creative with our programming. We organize both faculty and staff at all levels and try to have something for everything, from craft group, a woodworking group, to a memoir group, which has published a book, and health and aging group, developed considerable expertise and very vocal when it wants to be. And frankly, that just depends on what members want to do. It's what retirement's supposed to be. We just try to help make it happen.
Thanks so much, Steve. Steve is the past president of Memorial Pensioners Association, and they do some great work, so it's so nice to have him. He's passionate about the projects they do. But before we move on, I want to talk a little bit about this space I'm in. I'm actually sitting in one of the harbor chairs here in Yaffle Connect area. Yaffle Connect is an area that's meant to be an area for idea exchange. It's an area for people to come together to create new ideas, to work together on projects, or even just to sit in one of our comfy chairs, answer email and phone calls when they're here for a day of meetings. One of the great things about this location I'm sitting on right now, it's actually the dividing line between the old and the new. Everything in front of me is the old hotel, the old Battery. Everything behind me was taken right down to the ground and recreated. The fact that we were able to marry the old and the new together so easily was an amazing feat by our designers. It's so nice to have this space. We've done webcasts from this area, we've had lunch and learns, whatever we could possibly do. So this is actually the beam that separates the old and the new. Well, now we'll continue on our tour, leaving beautiful Yaffle Connect, and we're going to head to one of our newest facilities in the building, and that is our commercial kitchen that was only commissioned during a pandemic. So before that point in time, Red Oak was able to supply great quality food to us from one of their other locations, but now with our own commercial kitchen on site, we're able to offer a greater variety of food, but I'm going to let Craig Murphy, catering manager, discuss that with you a little more.
Hi, I'm Craig with Red Oak at Innovation Exchange here at Memorial. Come on in, we'll show you where the culinary magic happens. Red Oak Catering has been providing a first-class catering service for 22 years now. This is our new kitchen, but we have been based out of the bungalow in Bowring Park, as well as providing great service and events at many facilities across the city, including the Rooms, the Arts and Culture Center, and the Geo Center. And we pride ourselves on a good understanding of our clients and their needs, and servicing everything from small intimate functions to large conferences with hundreds of people. The Signal Hill campus is a great fit for Red Oak because of the variety of clients, departments, centers, and faculties, And the variety and the different types of events that come from the planning and the engagement that those different organizations do. It allows us different types of events so that we can be challenged in providing a daytime service as well as evening service, and attending to grad students as well as undergrad students and outside organizations that are learning and engaging with the university. In the future, we're looking forward to building stronger relationships with the many groups that we already deal with within the university, as well as the different community organizations outside of the university. We're looking forward to having them in the building as well so that we can help them achieve the goals of their own events. We're also looking forward in our new normal as we're going forward to having people in the building and engaging face to face. We're looking forward to providing nutritious and delicious food so that you can refuel your mind and be better prepared to engage with each other going forward.
Thanks, Craig. Don't forget, you owe me a brownie. So now we're going to take a trip upstairs to the graduate student accommodations. This is the area that many people don't know about at Signal Hill campus. It's not part of the Emera Innovation Exchange, it's a separate entity. The graduate student accommodations have 80 rooms. There are students from all over the world that live in our facility year-round, and we had a number of them that stayed with us during the pandemic. Let me take you upstairs and you can meet Mariana, one of our graduate students.
Hi, my name is Mariana Esquivel and I'm an international student at the Folklore Department in Memorial University. Welcome to the Signal Hill Graduate Accommodations.
Living here has been definitely interesting. I would say, as like for all university students, there has been so much uncertainty with COVID. So yeah, at first I remember when we first got the message from the university, they didn't know if they were closing the place down or anything. So it was very stressful for a while. But very early on, we got like response from the building administration, and that gave us so much peace of mind. Of course, there were some hard things that had to happen. For example, like the kitchens were closed for quite a while, and that made us rethink how we were living our whole lives. It was a challenge for sure. Like the university was so kind because they were giving us a weekly stipend where we could like order some takeout, but it also helped me be more mindful of what I'm eating, which in a way was great for me. And I think it happened to all of the other students here. And yeah, just like not being alone during these trying times was great. It was the same for Snowmageddon. I would say 2020 was a crazy year in that sense. But like for me, I come from a very warm country, and like I had never seen that much snow in my life. And having other people who were like going through the same experience for the same time in their lives as well was great. Like it just creates an amazing community, and you always feel supported. You're never lonely. And that is just something that I love so much about living in the Signal Hill campus. It's been great. Of course, it's been challenging at times, but I would say I am so happy I stayed here. Many of us international students were wondering, like, should I go back to my country? Should I just like pack my bags and leave? But having that support system that the building administration had for us just like made a whole difference for me. And I'm so grateful that we had that. It was incredible. And here we are a year and a half later. There have been so many insane things. Like even when Dominion was on strike, we had no place to go grocery shopping. There was no shuttle. We had to walk to the Sobeys on Merry Meeting. And people were like, that's a long walk. And like, you're hauling your groceries, right? But it helped us get fit. We had like some exercise during the summer, and it was fortunately nice weather. So now I look back to a year ago, and I honestly had a great summer, even with all of this hardship going around us. That might sound a little bit selfish, but just like having the support of people here. And as I keep telling you, people who were going through the same things as myself, that made me feel that I was never lonely, and yeah, it just kept my spirits high all of the time. So yeah. I 100% recommend pursuing a graduate program in Memorial University. It has been a life-changing experience for me. At first, when I thought I was coming to Canada, well, like coming from Mexico, you always think Toronto, big cities. And when I realized that I was moving into an island, I was a little bit terrified. But since day one, people here have been so welcoming. Everyone in the university is just like willing to help you all of the time. For the first time in my whole life as a student, I felt valued as a human, which is so great to me. It's not like you're just a number, you know, and that's something that I appreciate so much. And for students who are considering moving into the Signal Hill campus, I would say do it. It's great. Like, you're going to build such an amazing community here. You're going to meet people from all over the world and people who are in disciplines so different to yourself. Like, I'm in humanities and most of my friends are in engineering, science, and that just brings so many new things to the table. Like, you even start thinking outside your own box, and that's been incredible to me. So yeah, I 100% recommend enrolling into a program at Memorial.
Having a room with a view is definitely one of the best parts about living in the Signal Hill campus. It just makes you feel so inspired. Waking up and every day getting to see the beautiful harbor and all of St. John's, it's just something that I appreciate so much. And it's definitely inspiring whenever you're trying to work.
Thanks so much, Mariana. Really appreciate your perspective. Well, that draws our tour of the building to an end. I'd like to thank you for coming along with me today. Before I send it back down to Amy and Jordan, I just want to say it's such a pleasure to work here at Signal Hill campus. And I think I'm going to stay here and have my lunch and share it with seagulls. And we'll go back to Jordan and Amy downstairs.
Well, that was great, and gives all the viewers out there a glimpse into the inner workings of the building and just a taste of all the amazing things that are happening under this roof.
And I just wanted to remind everyone that the entire Signal Hill campus is open to the person and see what is happening at either the Emera Innovation Exchange or the Johnson Geo Center. And additionally, we would love you to follow our social media accounts for events taking place here on the campus that are open to members of the public. Now we're happy to answer any questions that our live audience may have about Signal Hill campus.
Thank you to everyone for watching, and to everyone who helped put this event together behind the scenes. That includes the Office of Alumni Engagement, tech wizard John Duff, videographer Riley Shea, and a big thanks to Paula Eddy Shea for her skills as a tour guide. I would also like to take this opportunity to wish all of the students and faculty at Memorial a great first semester for the academic year 2021-2022. And happy 3rd anniversary to you, Jordan, and the whole Signal Hill campus community.
Well, we actually just finished having our cake, so that was wonderful. But thank you to Amy for co-hosting today's event. I eagerly anticipate hearing about exciting initiatives from Business and Arts Newfoundland Labrador and from our other building partners. I know I speak for everyone at the Emera Innovation Exchange when I say that we are truly excited about the future and are looking forward to seeing people come together once again to inspire each other here on Signal Hill.